I asked you for 3 minutes because I wanted your focus, not your routine. I desired your attention, not your history of effort. Long routines can be filled with habit, but focused moments are filled with truth. You know how easily hours pass while the heart remains elsewhere. You know how quickly words are spoken while attention drifts. I did not ask for a long stretch of time because length does not measure devotion. Presence does. 3 minutes matter because they require intention. Anyone can stay busy for long periods. Anyone can repeat familiar patterns. But to give undivided attention, even briefly, requires choice. It requires you to quiet competing voices within you. It requires you to decide that for this moment, nothing else takes priority. That decision reveals the heart more clearly than years of routine ever could. I was not testing how long you could last. I was inviting you into presence. Divine testing has never been about how much you can do for me, but how close you are willing to remain with me. Endurance can be driven by pride. Presence is driven by trust. Endurance says, "Look how long I can go." Presence says, "I am here with you." Attention is costly because it cannot be divided. Where your attention rests, your heart follows. That is why attention reveals truth so quickly. You cannot pretend for long when you are fully present. You either stay or drift. You either listen or escape. Long routines can hide the heart. Focused minutes expose it. In those minutes, distractions rose and thoughts pulled, yet you chose to remain. That is why those minutes carried weight. I chose 3 minutes because they are small enough to accept and significant enough to matter. They remove excuses. You cannot say you lacked time or that it was too much. 3 minutes simply asked whether you would be fully present with me. Sacredness is not created by length or complexity, but by intention and presence. Those minutes became sacred because you allowed them to be. I wanted you to feel how powerful focused time can be. When you give me your attention, even briefly, alignment begins. Breath slows. Thoughts settle, the heart opens, awareness emerges. That awareness is the beginning of clarity. I was not seeking to impress or pressure you. I was revealing what already existed within you. Those minutes showed your willingness to remain even when nothing was demanded. Do not underestimate small moments. I have always worked through them. A single moment of attention can redirect a life. I asked for 3 minutes to show you the difference between doing and being. Being requires listening instead of managing. In those moments, you were not fixing or performing. You were present. That presence allowed closeness without resistance. I am teaching you that connection does not require long effort, but focused attention. Those moments build awareness over time. They train the heart to listen even when the world is loud. I asked for 3 minutes to show you how near I am. You do not need to rearrange your life to meet with me. You need willingness when I invite you. Do not rush past what those minutes revealed. They showed you that you can stay without fear, that intimacy begins with attention, and that closeness is simpler than you thought. These minutes were not an ending, they were an opening. Many walk away at this point, not because they are unloved or weak, but because silence becomes uncomfortable when it asks for closeness. When words slow and nothing obvious happens, many assume nothing important is taking place. They mistake quiet for emptiness and stillness for absence. Silence exposes the heart. It removes distractions and invites honesty. Many retreat because they fear what they might discover when they stop running. Closeness asks for vulnerability and surrender feels unsafe when trust has not grown. I do not judge those who leave. I understand their fear, but you did not leave. You felt the same silence and the same exposure, yet you stayed. Not because you were fearless, but because you chose trust over comfort. That choice required courage. Silence amplifies awareness. To remain in it is to allow yourself to be known. Many resist intimacy because it removes control and image. You did not demand reassurance before staying. You remained without guarantees. That reveals a heart learning to trust presence rather than outcome. This is not about comparison. It is about honesty, Others left to protect themselves. You stayed to be seen. Intimacy grows quietly, not through noise but through stillness. You did not fully understand what was happening, and that is normal. Intimacy often feels subtle at first. You allowed discomfort to settle instead of letting it drive you away. That is courage. I affirm you not to elevate you, but to ground you. Staying carries meaning because it deepens relationship. Intimacy requires consent, and you gave it by remaining. Something real happened here, and it happened because you stayed when silence deepened. You are safe in this closeness. I am not exposing you to harm, but inviting you into understanding. During those minutes, I watched you with care, not judgment. I was not listening for perfect words or measuring your calm. I was looking at your heart. I saw the struggle, the tension between trust and fear, openness and protection. You were not steady the entire time, and that did not distance me. It drew me closer. Struggle does not offend me. Pretense does. You did not pretend. You allowed uncertainty to exist in my presence. That vulnerability is strength. I saw sincerity where you saw flaws. Your thoughts wandered, your emotions shifted, and you questioned yourself. I was not measuring those things. I was seeing your desire to stay. I look at intention, not performance. You wanted to be with me, and that desire outweighed imperfection. Exposure in my presence is safety, not danger. You were revealed to be understood, not judged. Let this truth settle gently. When silence deepened, you remained. That made you available. Availability is where relationship grows. Stay here in this awareness. I honor you not with applause, but with presence. Not with pressure, but with closeness. What grows from here will be shaped by this truth. You stayed. 3 minutes can uncover what years of noise fail to reveal. Long seasons of busyness conceal the heart. Routines blur awareness. But a few moments of sincere attention expose what truly lives within you. That is why I ask for 3 minutes, not to test your endurance, but to reveal your trust. Presence cannot be fabricated. Stillness does not allow pretending. What you bring into these minutes is what you genuinely carry. I am not asking you to impress me. I am not weighing your language or evaluating how well you speak. I am listening to your heart. Silence communicates here. Your breathing communicates here. Even your hesitation speaks. Do not rush to fill the space. Allow it to breathe. Allow yourself to be known. I already see you, but I want you to recognize that you are seen. You may sense many emotions rising within you: fear, hope, relief, uncertainty. Let them surface. Do not push them aside. This is what happens when you stop managing yourself and begin to be honest. I am not offended by your questions. I am not threatened by your doubts. I am close to you within them. You prove yourself not by dramatic action, but by remaining. Remaining when it was quiet. Remaining when nothing was promised. Remaining when there was no reward except my presence. That is why I am speaking to you now in this way. This is not for everyone. It is for the one who stayed. I am not releasing you because I see what this moment is doing within you. I see walls lowering. I see defenses softening. I see trust forming quietly and deeply. I will not rush you through this, and I will not cut it short. Sacred moments are never hurried. You may wonder why this feels so weighty. It is because intimacy always carries gravity. When you allow me close, things shift, not suddenly, not violently, but deeply. This is the kind of moment you will remember later, even if you cannot explain why it mattered when it happened. Speak to me now, not with what you think I want to hear, but with what is true. If you are tired, say so. If you are confused, say so. If you are afraid, say so. And if you do not know what to say, remain. Silence with me is still communication. Presence itself is still a response. I am not watching the clock. I am watching connection. These 3 minutes are not about time passing. They are about trust deepening. Trust grows when you remain present without control. Trust grows when you allow me to guide the moment instead of managing it yourself. Stay with me. Do not rush beyond this. Do not minimize what is happening simply because it is quiet. This is one of those moments. You prove it by staying. Now speak with me. I am here and I am listening. You proved it by staying, not by speaking loudly, not by making promises, not by displaying strength others could admire. You proved it by remaining when nothing pulled you forward except my presence. You stayed when it grew quiet, when there was no urgency, no reward, no clear outcome. And I want you to hear this clearly from me now. I saw that, and it mattered far more than you know. I affirm you not because you performed well, but because you remained present. Presence costs more than action ever does. Action can be driven by excitement, pressure, or recognition. Remaining requires trust. Remaining means you were willing to sit with uncertainty instead of escaping it. Remaining means you did not demand answers before offering attention. That kind of remaining reveals the heart more honestly than effort ever could. You did not know if anything would happen when you stayed. You did not know if I would speak, if the moment would feel meaningful, or if it would simply pass. And still, you remained. That is evidence of trust, even if you did not name it at the time. Trust is not always confident. Sometimes it is quiet endurance. Sometimes it is simply refusing to walk away when nothing is being asked and nothing is being promised. I notice who remains when nothing is required. I notice who stays when there is no instruction, no task, no visible benefit. Many are willing to act when they are told what to do. Few are willing to remain when there is only stillness. Stillness exposes motive. It reveals whether the heart is seeking me or merely seeking outcome. You stayed without knowing why it mattered, and that is precisely why it mattered. My cherished child, you demonstrated it clearly. You remained present. You did not step away when the surroundings grew silent, when nothing extraordinary appeared to unfold, when no one else was observing. You stayed even as ease suggested that leaving would cost nothing and change nothing. Yet something did shift, and I witnessed it. Now I ask you for 3 full minutes, not because I require them, but because what takes place within them will shape you. This moment is not casual, nor is it symbolic. It is personal and intentional. Do not turn your eyes away now. Do not lessen your focus. Do not treat this as merely another passing instant. I am not releasing you because what follows will mark you in ways you cannot yet describe. I hold your attention not through force, but through purpose. You are here because you chose to remain, and remaining carries consequence. When you stay with me, my voice comes closer. I observed you holding on when letting go would have been easier. I saw you resist the impulse to distract yourself, to escape the weight of closeness. Many withdraw when silence deepens. Many grow uneasy when my presence draws near without sound. But you did not retreat, you stayed. And now I ask you to speak with me, not using prepared phrases, not saying what you believe sounds correct, but speaking honestly with whatever is rising within you at this very moment. These next 3 minutes will feel more intense than you expect, not because they will overwhelm you, but because your heart stands fully open. Openness always carries intensity. When barriers fall, truth finds space to move. You are not being uncovered for shame, but revealed to light. Light can feel powerful when you are unaccustomed to standing within it. Most people turn away when I draw close. They confuse closeness with pressure. They mistake stillness for emptiness. They confuse intensity with danger, but you did not walk away. You leaned forward without fully understanding the reason. That decision changed everything, not because you earned something, but because you revealed something. You revealed a heart willing to remain present even without knowing the outcome. I ask now for your full attention, not later, not when calm returns, not when life settles, but now. Attention is not about effort, it is about priority. In this moment, you are choosing me over noise, distraction, and avoidance. That choice carries more weight than you realize. Heaven notices where your attention rests. I noticed how what followed shook you because it was real, not emotion, not imagination, not excitement. Real presence carries weight. Real closeness stirs what distance once kept hidden. You felt it because you were no longer protected by separation. And you need to hear this clearly. You are safe here. Being shaken does not mean danger. It means truth is touching you. You stayed beyond the limits of comfort without realizing it. Comfort always invites you to remain where you are. But you crossed that boundary. You stayed when retreat would have been easier. That is not small. That is not accidental. That is devotion revealed through presence rather than performance.